How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get some light on. There we go. I have been up since about 4:30. I got woken up very rudely by my diesel heater. Not sure exactly what was going on. It wasn't making a funny noise or anything. I smelled, well, not necessarily fumes, but something weird, right? And it's just, the more time you spend in a van around all of this stuff, you become very attuned to things, especially when they start to go wrong. And there was just this smell in the air. Nothing to be super concerned about. My fan had been on all night on exhaust as well, just to get a little bit of airflow going in here. The fan above my head was cracked, again causing nice circulation, because it's actually quite warm in Calgary right now. So the diesel heater had been taken away on low, and when I smelled that, I'm like, well, there's something wrong. And I come, hi Penny, I come over here, right by the fat putty tat, she wasn't here at the time, and I look at my diesel heater, and you can see those little 2 red bars there. Those weren't there. We only had yellow bars, and that is something that just never happens with my diesel heater. Even when it's running on low, those 2 red bars stay there, no problem. I've also been running her on high for about 15 to 20 minutes at least once a day, just because she's been on consistently because it's winter. Anyway, I kind of threw my jacket on and threw my slippers on and stepped outside to see if something was blocking like the muffler, and nothing was. So I came in, I cranked it all the way up to high, and it's been running on high since then. It's just after 7 a.m. in the morning now. So it's quite loud in here. I've got the fan on louder. It's chugging away back up with red bars. My assumption is that it started to clog up on the inside of the burn chamber, which is why I started to smell stuff inside the cab. It's not like stuff was leaking in through the floor. It was actually coming out of the heater itself. So my only thought is maybe I put a tiny bit too much of that clean flow stuff in, and it's caused some internal problems. Not going to worry about it too much. She's running like a champ right now, so it doesn't turn into a sauna in here or like the Sahara Desert. I'm going to keep the fans going today. I'm going to try to burn through all the diesel that's in there. Then I'm going to go get some fresh diesel, no clean flow, and just add it in for tonight, and we'll see what happens. All that being said, it's now time to get our day going. Hello, hello. You need another brushing, cat. You should get your brush. We got to get our day going, and let's start the day like we do every day by feeding the big fat pussy. Yes. Mwah. All right, because it's so hot in here, I'm actually going to stay pantsless. Don't mind me. So we're just going to move this stuff up here for now. We'll get dressed right before we leave the van, and we will come over here, open up our fridge, and there's your food. Is this what you want? Here you go. Make good choices. Don't be a jerk. All right, where is your food? I can't see it. Move over a little bit. There you go. So I'm just... There's no place to put anything. It's almost like we're living in a tiny home on wheels. Where's the spoon? Oh, there it is. Okay. You got your breakfast here. Now today is actually going to be an interesting sort of appointment sort of day for me. This is another reason I kind of got woken up early. It's not really what woke me up, but it's what's kept me awake, unfortunately. First things first, I got my physical therapy appointment this morning. So that happens in a couple hours. We'll be ripping out for that. And after that, at some point, I have a phone call appointment with my surgeon. I went and got x-rays last week, and he's just doing another follow-up. I don't know if this will be the last one or not, but that's just a phone appointment. And then I had to make another appointment for later this afternoon for my toe. So I suffer from a pretty bad, there you go, Penny, ingrown toenail. Apparently the only solution is surgery to permanently solve my problem. However, I've got this big BC Alberta back and forth trek coming up. I don't think toe surgery is in the cards until at least all that is wrapped up. So I just have to go see the podiatrist, and he's gonna slice and yank, and all this is to say, it hurt so much this morning I couldn't get back to sleep. I had to take some Tylenol and Advil, and it's more or less under control now. And it's crazy how fast stuff like this just comes up as well. I had this taken care of, I don't know, a couple months I think before my surgery, which happened in October. It just comes up. There's no, it's not, I mean, there's still a gradual progression. Yes, we're talking about ingrown toenails. Quality content. Quality content. But it only takes a couple days, and then all of a sudden you're very aware of it, and you're like, I better make an appointment, because you know where it's going, and it can get really bad and really uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean, don't worry, I'm not going to show anybody nothing, because that's yucky, nar nasty. But that's my day today, more or less. I also would like to get over to the market, because I've got a bottle of milk to return. I also need to rinse this out. I don't particularly want to waste my water, so we might really lean into Vanlife and go utilize Walmart. But before that, let's take a quick peek at the diesel heater stuff. So yeah, when all of this happened and I cranked it up to high, I'm very happy that it's working again. Unfortunately, it gets very, very hot, very, very fast. I had to unplug this piping, because this actually goes under the bed and just makes it super uncomfortable here. And if I put it there while I was lying in bed, I was again getting pretty hot. So we have that off for now. We just have really hot air blowing straight out of here. I double checked in the wheel well box. I pulled this off, went in there. The piping in there, nothing is touching it. So there's no cause for concern that piping is gonna get so hot, it's gonna melt stuff. Like ball caps, but who would that happen to? So that's all safe and good. It's getting so hot in here. This fan is actually exhausting on this second speed of 4. So it's a good pull. And then when you really want to get it nice and cool in here, we just kind of peel this back bit by bit. And it's kind of nice that these covers are sectioned off and they're magnetized, right? So I can go like this. And you just got, that fan is simply open right now. And as soon as I do that, you get this breeze of air coming in, because that fan is pulling it. And it's actually, it's not too bad. And, you know, it's pretty comfortable. It's not ideal because the heater's using so much diesel, but hopefully we can just get this under wraps without having to take the thing apart. It's frustrating. That's a compass and a puzzle piece. It's frustrating because it's like a week today that I have before all of that stuff is going to kick off with the BC trip. And if I can just get to that point and get Lucky out to my parents, that's where Lucky's basically going to live for an extended period of time, and I can do all sorts of work on her. Now, I'm very fortunate. My diesel heater repair job, it lasted me through the absolutely sub-Arctic temperatures that Calgary endured not too long ago, and the weather is so nice right now, I can actually turn the heater off during the day, which is crazy for January. But I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. So, if it was going to go wrong, I'm glad it went wrong now, and there's not much else you can do. So, stay focused, solve the problem, and in this case, my problem solving is this. Everybody just calm down. If it gets severe, we'll do some work. Thanks again, Bill. Now, unfortunately, if it is a case of the diesel, well, it doesn't even matter if it's a case of the diesel. That's the theory that I'm going with right now. I filled the diesel tank right to the tippy top last night before I went to bed. So it's an entire tank I have to rip through. Now, granted, the way my 10-liter tank is set up, I only have access to about 8 liters of diesel. So it's gonna take all day for sure on high. It's gonna be quite the atmosphere. That's the right word? Quite the environment in Lucky today. That's okay. Another thought I had is like, well, maybe it's the pump, the fuel pump. Like maybe it's just on its way out. So on a low setting, it's pulsing way too low for the unit, and it's just, you know, not getting enough fuel, and that's what caused that temperature to drop. And my heater's never liked running on 2 yellow bars. The thing that argues that in my brain is that, well, when I turn it to high, the pump works just fine. This is honestly just, when you enjoy fixing stuff yourself and live this sort of lifestyle, this is the kind of stuff that you kind of have to take on and deal with. And again, I'm just glad it's still working. Should it get any worse, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. All right, I say it's Walmart walkie time. Actually, you know what? I take it back. I'm not going to schlep my bottle into Walmart. We're just going to use some of the water we have on hand and rinse this bottle out. Why am I doing this? Because these bottles from Dutchman Dairy can go back to the market where I purchased the milk, and you get like a $2.50 deposit back or towards your next bottle. Ooh, Lucky's batteries are low. I just noticed they're at 12.9. No, I don't think that would have had anything to do with my issues. Then we had a little white vinegar. This is one of those things, definitely easier in sticks and bricks. Like rinsing out a milk bottle. It's not a lot of fun in van life, but it's also not the worst. Okay, got our boots. Here's my shoes that I used when I was gallivanting outside in the wee hours of the morning, wearing boxers, those shoes, and my Dixon jacket. I'm sure it was the sight. Ah, yes. I feel like it's a Montana Knife Company sort of day. I also just realized this is Penny's last can of cat food, so we're gonna have to stop at the pet store, or well, a pet food store. I was gonna say local. I don't know if you have them in the States. Pet Value. They seem to be the best place to get the food that she likes, which is this wellness brand. I'm gonna start steering her maybe away from the pate, go more for the gravies. So who doesn't like a good sauce on their meat? You know what I'm saying? Back from whence you came. Oh, it was still kind of dark out here today too. Let's put the milk bottle in Craze. That way, we won't forget it when it's time to go. You can ride shotgun. Milk bottle. Morning, Grace. That's the thing that really drives me crazy about the whole ingrown toenail thing, is that when it gets this bad, yes, it hurts just like in general, like a throbbing pain, but it also really debilitates you and limits your ability to walk. Like the only reason I can even do this now is probably because of the medication that I took a couple hours ago. But even now, just walking like normal, it's very uncomfortable. I'm an old man and I'm falling apart. I've had a good run. Another reason it sucks for me, obviously, is because I'm supposed to be walking as much as I can because of my back. So, of course, the universe is like, that's what you have to do? You have a bum toe. Yeah, I usually use the washrooms in the back. A little bit more comfortable, if bathrooms can be more comfortable. Also, I get a little bit more of that walk-in, but decided we're not going to push it and aggravate the toe today. This very blue. There you go, iPhone. I knew you could do it. Well, now that the sun is out and the light is turned on, look at all that junk that came flying out of the muffler, no doubt. So yeah, it was starting to bung up for sure. That's interesting. I don't think this is a fuel pump issue. I also have to get going for my physical therapy. All right, on my way to my PT appointment. Yeah, obviously there was a bung up situation, so fuel pump's probably fine, which is good. No reason it should be bunging up other than the fact that I probably put too much of that additive in there. So, like I mentioned, I could just get a bunch of new clean diesel, no additive, throw it in there and see how it does. Or, and this is where I'm leaning towards, but also have reservations about, is putting some kerosene in there. I did that once before on another heater I had, and then that heater kind of got shut. Now, I can't say for certain that it was the kerosene that did it, and lots of people report having great success with running kerosene through these diesel heaters. I know that's probably a really popular option in other places around the world as well. It's not so much here because kerosene is damn expensive. It's like, even at Walmart for like 4 liter jug of it, I think it's 4 liters, maybe a little less. is like $17. Compared to diesel, that's yikes. I can get 7 liters of diesel for just over $10. So, well, bit of a difference there. But just to give that thing a cleaning on the inside. Apparently kerosene can burn hotter, this, that, and the other thing. I've never run kerosene through this heater. We will see. I have decisions to make. Anyway, I'm gonna go get poked and prodded, and then we'll stop at that market. Get that milk bottle back. All right, after some very careful thought, actually, I don't know how careful it was. I didn't even have a spotter. I'm gonna get some kerosene. I looked it up online at a few different places here in the city, and it seems like that $16.99 price point, that is the price for that 4-liter jug of kerosene. So, Canadian Tire says they carry it. They have the brand Woods. I know where that is in the store. Super simple, and I have some points over at Canadian Tire that should cover the cost of that. So we'll do that without having to spend a ludicrous amount of money on this stuff, and fingies crossed that solves our problem for us. We're gonna do that first, then we're gonna get over to the market, and I'm gonna need milk and a red onion. Ugh. I think that's the closest I've parked to a big box store in a very long time. This is the stuff that Cam sent me. I already put it in Grace. Well, there's a little spit left. We'll have to actually fill her up maybe when we go back to the parking lot. That stuff's pretty good. I should probably grab a couple bottles. I'm going to need more than a couple bottles for all this driving I'm going to be doing to BC. That's for damn sure. I don't know if that's a today thing, though. Maybe I get a couple now, and a couple more tomorrow, and a couple more the next day. There we go. Clear kerosene, or kerosene transparent. It's not how you say that at all. All right, let's give her a shot. What's that one? That's just the old label. We don't like you, old label.
Please remove your bags and take the receipt.
All right, first round of washer fluid for the trip to BC, check. Along with kerosene. Do not get these mixed up. That would be a bad day for everybody. Yikes. Ooh, I'm just about to take off for the market, and I got to thinking about stopping at the UPS store, but I haven't gotten any alert about mail. However, I did stop there yesterday, and there was something in the mail for me. This comes from Jay in North Bethesda. Let me try that again. This comes from Jay in North Bethesda, Maryland. I always liked finding out that Bethesda was a real place, because that's the name of the game company that made the Fallout games. Anyway, Jay, what did you send me? It's so flat and oh. Well, thank you very much, Jay. I appreciate that. $25 to spend as I see fit at the good old Golden Arches, along with a very nice note here. Hi, Matthew. Thank you for sharing your adventures. I too revel in positivity and the everyday. I live in the DC area, but we had a chance to visit Ontario over the holidays, which is where I bought this gift card. Nice. Enjoy, and looking forward to your continued vlogs, Jay. Thank you very much, Jay, and then some contact info on the back. I appreciate that, my man. I'm not going to use it today because I know what I want to have for lunch, but I will save that for tomorrow morning. All right, let's get the note back in the thing. You know, I'm going to keep it separate. The note's going to go in the drawer with all of my other notes and cards from all of you lovely people. And I'm going to... Come on, Grace. And I am going to get my butt over to that market. Oh, perfect. How you guys doing today? Not too bad. One return. All right, awesome. I was able to get my red onion here. Hopefully it's of a little higher quality than whatever I would find in Walmart. Now we can get back to the tiny home on wheels, have some lunch, and see how the heater's doing. Fun times. All right, and we are back at the tiny home on wheels. And you know what I just realized I haven't checked yet is how well these are holding up. Oh yeah, they're still there. And covered in snow. Nice. The front ones don't take nearly as much beating. They're much closer to the fender. Very cool. Just snow all over my hands. Now this other thing I wanted to point out. Yeah, heater's still going, ticking away. Down here, this very phallic-shaped icicle forming right below the muffler. So the muffler right here has a little weep hole that is specifically for condensation. Now that little stubby bastard right there, that will be the fourth or fifth one I will have kicked out of the way. When the temperatures were really bad on Lucky, it actually formed overnight, yeah, maybe it was 2 nights, all the way up to where it was almost touching the muffler. That indicates that there is an excess amount of condensation or water inside the muffler building up, right? Now, initially I just thought it's because the temperatures were so damn hot, but it's never happened before. So again, I'm blaming it on that clean flow. It will be interesting to see tomorrow morning if it comes back. So maybe what we should do, we're gonna come down here, we're gonna bust that guy off, and we'll see what that looks like after an evening of kerosene. Oh, hello, how are you? Oh, it's nice in here. That's actually not a terrible balance. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, yes, yes. I am home, and we need to make some lunch. It's gonna go one of 2 ways. We'll either have delicious food to eat, or it's gonna be a tragedy. Let me explain. Take this off. I still haven't gotten into the habit of leaving the Jeep glasses in the Jeep. We're working on it. Work in progress. Let's scoot up into our seat here. I'm telling you, this chair is the best thing I've gotten for Lucky in a very long time. Kick off the boots, don't drag any snow into the house. If you missed my last video, I think it was the last video, I hard-boiled some eggs in my hard egg boiler. Anyway, and we talked about pinholes and whatnot, and I put pinholes in the shells, and I will say this off the hop. It didn't peel any better initially. The rest of the eggs, I peeled 1 egg, didn't peel well. The rest of the eggs have been in the fridge since then, so it's been about a day and a half. So we'll see if they peel any better now that they've been refrigerated. But I will also say this to the pinhole method. It makes the fridge stink. Okay, eggs don't smell great, and pinhole release into gases, far worse. But anyway, let's grab these little buggers. Also got my delicious chickpea salad if this whole experiment goes tits up. We've got 4 eggs with pinholes in them, and we're gonna turn them into egg salad sandwich, aren't we? Yes, and I spoiled myself. I usually get sourdough or whatnot, but I was at the market, and these pretzel buns are absolutely delicious, and I haven't had them in a while, so I'm gonna treat myself. Let's put the milk in the fridge, because it's very warm in here, and we don't want it to go sour. Everybody just calm down. It's not that warm in here. That was an exaggeration. Okay, milk in the fridge. And what else do we need? We will need the mayonnaise. Where did I put that? Please tell me I didn't throw it out when I was cleaning the fridge. Hello? Where'd you go, mayonnaise? There you are. Key ingredient to every egg salad. Mayo. Or in this case, roasted garlic mayo. Num num. And I like to make my egg salad with red onion. So we're gonna get out the, where did I put it? There it is, my little mini food processor, because I don't feel like dicing. And we're gonna make ourselves an egg salad. So let me get organized, because right now, this place is a disaster within a minute. Okay, I actually think I'm gonna have to take the flannel off as well, just because my back is pointed directly at the heat source, and I don't want to turn the fan on any higher, because well, then it'll just be extra loud in here. Grab our foldable table. Well, scoot your legs over. There we go. See? Just sit right here and do a live stream. Or maybe I've already done that. I don't know. I'm living in the past. Okay. It's too hot for the tuk-tuk. You know what I need before anything? Come here, you. Come here. Use your feet. Bloody tiny homes. Oh, hydration. Okay. Get these bowls out of here. This is going to be our mixing bowl. How clean is it? Little swipe with some white vinegar. Never hurt anybody. So, now, moment of truth. Let's see how well these eggs crack. Well, I'm sure they'll crack well, but let's see how well they peel. I wouldn't say they're peeling any better. Now, pinhole method sucks. I don't like it. Not a fan. I mean, I guess it's easy enough to do. And it's not like they're peeling any worse. But the fact that the eggs make the refrigerator smell like a butthole, that's enough for me to not want to do that method ever again. Why don't you just get an airtight container? Shut up! I have enough containers in Lucky as it is. All right, well, I'm just going to speed this process up by stopping recording and peeling the other 3 eggs. That is not an attractive looking peeled egg. Into the bowl. Just working on the last egg here, and I was thinking, other thing that's happening is the white and the yolks are separating from each other very easily as well. Another thing I've never seen happen very often. But this whole like hard peeling situation, this one's not too bad, wasn't happening when I had expensive, albeit probably quality eggs that I purchased in BC. These eggs, well, they say they're farm fresh, free range, chickens have been eating all their antioxidants and, you know, getting treated to rum and all that other stuff quality. They still came from Walmart. So, I will try this whole pinhole method one more time in the future, but I'm gonna get myself some quality eggs. It's just a theory. I can't back that up with proof yet. But I'm starting to think that just because the shell is brown doesn't necessarily mean it's good. All right, we got our food processor here. Gonna plug this bad boy into the VTOMAN. I think this guy's sitting around 60% right now, I saw this morning. Yeah, 61. Not too bad. And this will be what we process our onion with. Where did it go? You know what I like about this onion from the market? It's the perfect size. It's nice and small. It'll be great for just going into this batch. Why are all of the onions in Walmart and other grocery stores the size of my head? That's not normal. They've clearly been mutated. And I don't need that much onion. This is perfect. It's like the same when I buy grapes. You can just tell those grapes are far too large. What are they doing? Trying to kill us. Grapes. Been a hot minute since I used this bad boy. I think my chapter 3 finale video, if I'm not mistaken, out in Banff. I was making enchiladas. Banff. I need to get back out there soon. Perfect. All right, set that aside. Now we got to smush up some eggs, which means I need a fork. That's the best way to do it. Is that clean? No. Reason 793 to have a sink in the van. Reason 794. Hopefully that wasn't all the forks. It must have been spoons. Hey Siri, set a reminder to pick up those spoons. All right, looking pretty good. Now let's add some mayo. I've got 0 measurements for this, so we're just gonna go with the, just a dab or 2 will do ya. There's a dab or 2. Yum. That mixed in here. Not too bad, not too bad. I like to just go with a feel. When it feels like it's ready, it's done. Vanlife Plus 2024 TM. Yeah, that's about the perfect amount of red onion, man. There's still a lot left in the processor, obviously, but don't want it to be too oniony. There we go. And, of course, some dillweed. There's a joke there that I'm sure I've made before already. Who you calling dillweed? Now for the royal taste test. Probably use a little bit more mayo. I've definitely done this and put too much onion in it before. So, knock it back a bit, sir. Now we need the, I was gonna say the star of the show, but that's probably the egg salad. We need a good pretzel bun. Start with one, start with two. And where is, do I even have a bread knife? I know I do. The question is where is it and do I have access to it, wherever that might be? I'm kind of sitting in a weird position that I don't normally sit in here. That's a bottle opener. My kingdom for a serrated knife. It's got yuck on it. That's probably going to be every one of my knives has yuck on it. I stand corrected. Pretzel bun, meat clean knife. A little beheading on the pretzel bun. Good to go. Load it up. Egg salad pretzel bun. More. Get it in ya. Bone apple tits. Oh. Oh my God. That's even better than I thought it would be. And it's good. I didn't add any salt or pepper to the egg. I normally do. What was I thinking? But the saltiness of the pretzel bun is taking care of that for me. I like snacks. All right, got everything sort of cleaned up and put away, more or less. This thing, while it's nice and simple when it comes to, you know, chopping up the onion or whatever else, it's a little bit more of a bitch to clean in a van. But obviously, you see, it happened. Got her done. Yay. Solar panels are taken away. We're up to 13.2 volts, so that is nice. I will check in on Lucky's battery, or well, the house batteries here in a minute, and if need be, I will run Lucky and use the DC-DC charger to charge them up a little bit more. But I got just under 3 hours before I got to be at my appointment for my slice and dice with my toe. We are down to about right there with diesel. Heater still ticking away on high. I think what I'm gonna do is probably let that go for the next 3 hours and see how low it can actually get before I put any of that kerosene in. Because I'm gonna wanna be comfortable in here tonight. I'm not gonna want that heater on high all night. And it would be nice to know that the sucker can run on low again. The feeling that I'm getting from all of this is that it's going to be fine tonight, but we shall see. I'm getting ahead of myself. What I have to do now that I am done my delicious lunch is get back into Walmart and make good on a promise I made my little girl last week. Yes, headphones. My little girl, we got to talking about them. We were in a place a few days ago where she wanted to use her phone to watch some stuff. I don't want to hear it. I'll do what I want. She couldn't listen to it loud. And I said, well, maybe headphones would be nice. She requested pink ones, to which I said, yes, okay. But then we saw the Frozen ones. And unfortunately, she's a big fan of Frozen. Just means she hasn't been educated well enough yet because Tangled is the superior movie. Regardless, I didn't have Tangled ones either, so I'm hoping Anna and Elsa on either one of her ears will be quite cool. Now Dad has to figure out how to connect this to his phone. I'm not that old, it shouldn't be that hard. I also needed socks. All right, we got some headphones charging up. So those are good to go. 1 whole watt. We might be here a while. It's very loud in here. Still got quite a bit of time till I gotta go. So I'm just going to sit in my, what feels very unbalanced temperatured van right now and do some editing while headphones charge and diesel heaters heat. Oh yes, this is definitely the place to be. We got this fan completely open now. Opened wider. Excellent breeze coming in here. And it's shut up. And now we can do some editing in the comfort of our tiny home. just to pass the time away. They work. Fully charged up, good to go. I just realized we forgot to stop and get you food. Don't worry, you still have half a can, and I will stop when I go get Brooklyn. I'm just making a note that I forgot to stop the last time we went out. She's clearly beside herself. Okay, so new plan. I don't want to leave this thing running the entire time I'm gone with my kiddo at dinner and whatnot. So it's running right now, but we're actually going to turn it off. This is the scary part. But seriously, it's 2:30 in the afternoon. It's been running on high since 4:30 this morning. We will shut it down. It will stay nice and warm in here while we're gone, and then we will address it when we get back. I just realized I set my alarm to go off at 3 to remind me to get up and start filming and get ready to go. Completely forgetting that my appointment is actually at 3 o'clock. So it's 2:27. I have time to go, but I gotta get going now. So we fill up the kerosene and everything like that. All that good stuff when I get back. I think that is it then for now. Yeah, I guess I'll go get sliced and diced. Ooh. Instant relief. So good. I need to get that surgery booked sooner rather than later. The way he describes what they do, though, is just like... Oh, hello. I got you your food, kitty cat. Hello. It also got warm enough that a flannel underneath this jacket was a little bit too much. Hey, sweetheart. You've got hard food. Are you wanting your wet food now? Is that what you need? All right, well, let's get the big fat pussy fed, then add some kerosene to that bottle. Foot is still feeling much better, if not a little tender. All right, Crazy Chat. Move these over there. They're all restocked for about 16 days. And garbage. There we go. Close that up. Is what you want? Is what you want? Is that what you want? That's what I thought. Okay, this chair here. Oh, did I wash all of the spoons? Was I such a well-prepared young man this afternoon when I was doing the dishes? I sure was. There's your spoon. Look at me go. Thank you. Your quarter meat puck, my dear. Hang on, let's get that mixed up a little bit. Get some cookies in ya. Don't you be going for the can. Smart aleck. All right. There you go, darling. Clean the spoon. Oh, man. I need more paper towel, but I am not going back into Walmart tonight. To that, I say nay. Don't get washer fluid. Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. All right, so I would say, I don't know, I was 5 liters of diesel left in there still. We're going to be adding almost 4 liters of kerosene. Let's see what happens. Smells lovely. Smells like turpentine. Glub glub. It's nice and clear compared to diesel. Yikes, there you go. $17 worth of fuel. Right there. Yeah, I'd say about 5 liters is what I had left. Not quite at the tippy top of the diesel tank. Nighty night, Grace. There we go. Still nice and warm in here, which is good. Let's turn on the diesel heater. It's still on high. I'll probably let it start on high, and we'll drop her down to low. And I will just report back in the morning how this goes, because like I said, I am not going to leave it on high all night. That will be very uncomfortable. Did you suck that back already? Wow. Don't believe any of her lies. She is definitely not malnourished. But yeah, we will just check back in the morning. I hope we don't get awakened rudely in the middle of the night, and I hope that kerosene just works real well. I remember I mentioned earlier that I did run it through an older diesel heater. I don't really think it was the downfall of that diesel heater. But really, who's to know? Good morning, Penny. Hello. It is after 7:30 in the morning. Oh. We were actually able to just sort of grab the computer and do some editing. We didn't have to wake up in a panic, did we? Yeah, that's always a good thing, isn't it? All right. Gotta put some clothes on. But before that, real quick, ooh, that's a nice sight. We got both red bars still. And this thing has been running on... Oh, is it 9 degrees all night? Not too bad. I know, you're so hungry, aren't you? That toe does feel 1,000 times better today. Even more so than it was right after the extraction yesterday. All I had to do was rebandage it with a little bit of new polysporin before I went to bed, and it seems to be on the uptick. So hopefully I don't have to deal with that while I'm doing my BC journeys. You giving the phone a rub there, Penny? Need to give you some food. Get your last remaining bit from that can. All right, darling. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go, go. Will it come out without the spoon? Huh, there you go. Cooled meat puck. And running on low, we barely used any of our fuel. Our fancy diesel kerosene mix. So what I'll probably do now, actually, you know what? We're gonna turn it up to high and then see if anything comes shooting out. I don't think it will, I'm pretty sure. Running the diesel heater for 10 hours on high yesterday probably cleared up all of the issues.
You serious?
Take the reusable cat lid, put it in the sink, grab your vinegar, and give it a spritz. Oh, my weather apps are having disagreements again. One says it's -6 outside, the other one says it's +5. I don't know where you are in the world, but here in Canada, that's quite the spread. Oh. Yeah, I'd say that's about in the middle of those two nonsensical numbers. All right. Oh, and guess what? It doesn't look like our little icicle friend made any growth throughout the evening. Interesting. All right, let's turn this bad boy up. And so Penny doesn't become a fricasseed cat while we're in Walmart. And we'll turn the fan on, open her up. There you go. Object, you probably don't need it that high. There we go. I do not feel like this is about to burp or anything. Let's see. Nope, that looks nice and clean to me. So, there you go. Run her on high for a very long time. Officially get all that gunk out of there. Keep my eye on it like normal, but this is just part of van life living. And not always having to just replace things with new things. Quick solution to a minor problem. I am very happy. All right, I gotta go use the Biffy. So until the next one, just go out there, be happy, be creative, be yourselves. Most importantly, be positive. And remember, only dead fish go with the flow. And hey, now that my toe is fixed,